Hello world, this is Shruti Pandey and I still have with me Sauvik Banerjjee, but I'm going to call him Dada. That's what he's asked me to. And this is a part two of his podcast and I'm pretty sure you're all pepped up to listen to what more things he's going to answer. And I hope you're also trying to understand and wait for what more questions I have for him because this man is a university is in himself. He doesn't need really a management course or a management degree, but he is an institution in himself. So thank you so much, sir, for sticking a little longer with us and answering some more questions that I have for you. So while we stopped at, the intelligence part of people, I have, I'll keep going back to the research part and I don't want to make it redundant. I saw that you have a 2030 vision and it's only 8 years to more to go. The vision is amazing because you've said, you're not thinking, you've actually said that women are going to lead in tech. So having been, a woman in tech myself for the past 10, 11 years, and again, giving a benefit of doubt to humans for their intimidation or this or that or whatever part, thinking of all those aspects, how do you think will, uh, they lead? How will the woman lead? Do you think in 8 years, can we really get this going? Do you see
No,
your
but
vision?
it's already started. But Shruti, it's already started from a few years back. If you look at the tech diversity quotient in the largest of organizations in economies, um, it has already started to take shape and get its, the whole women in tech has started to crystallize. I'll tell you the 5 attributes women have, which men also have, but the women are just simply better at it. Attention to detail,
Yes.
just simply. Attention to detail, women are phenomenal. And if you're a programmer, an architect, or a CTO, or a CPO, it is fundamentally they are championing the space. Even testing in technology is fundamentally led by women across the world. Even DevOps, release management is completely led by women. And I'm seeing more and more. Second is the ability to be patient. Women are phenomenal listeners. What happens to them are men talk. I mean, I am hyperactive, but that's just the way I am. But I am always a great listener because I can't build things if I don't listen. Right? Women are just 10x better than people like us and 100 million men like us. They're far better listeners. What it allows you to do is allowed you to consume all potential ideas, all potential point of views. And in tech, that matters a lot. And in code, that matters utmost. Because you've been a programmer, I'm sure you would know.
Yes.
Now, the third one is also very interesting. Women have a basic risk appetite to take plunges and take decisions with a lot of risk, and they like doing that.
You're the first person to say
Men
that,
do that as well.
especially
Men
for
do that
women.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, men do that as well. But when a woman takes a risk, she's all in. You just this world should have been matriarchal. We brute forced it to be patriarchal, and it's due time. I come from a land of Ma Durga. I grew up with phenomenal women around me, and whatever said and done, Ma Durga takes precedence than Shiva in Bengal. And now that value system, and at the end of it, it's a mother. A mother's ability to conceive a little child, carry them for 9 months, you give that, you implant that to any man with the best of physique and health, they'll fall flat on their face. So risk. Last 2 points are very close to my heart. Is women by default are empathic. Women by default are empathic. Women don't need to be told that you need to empathize. So that is very important. Women by default are empathic. And that is very, very important. And because my mentors, and I wouldn't say who it is, used to say, and in a very joking manner, used to say, fatherhood is an assumption, motherhood is a fact. Because if the mother doesn't say who the father is, the father can't be recognized as a father. So women in my life plays the utmost. I got the most of the attributes. It's probably an hour's discussion itself. The last attribute, which Shruti, I think today's women are very much is, today's women in technology are very, very confident. See, men have a lot of decision-making problems. There are some phenomenal men in the world who are phenomenal decision makers. Women do decision-making from a very young age, yeah, across the world. Their decision-making capabilities are far quick. They think far quicker on feet. There are men who also are amazing. But in technology, women will lead tech across the world, guaranteed. And when that happens, I'll have a cup of tea and I will probably reach the boss and a whole board who are women and say that, guys, you lead the world. I will execute only. No, that's just the way. If you're brought up by strong women around you, this sort of attitude men can have. I'm not pretending. If you talk to anybody about the way I am, my respect doesn't come from words. Respect has to come from actions.
Absolutely.
And women will kill it in tech in the next. Already they are starting to do that, and you give them another 8 years, they'll kill it.
We are trying our best, sir. I am probably trying to say this on behalf of most women in tech I know, and I hope we make you proud because this is worth a vision having.
You guys don't have to make anybody. You guys are just a different species. The men in the planet has to realize that.
Absolutely. So I want to understand a couple more aspects from you. Like there is literally so much about you. Probably
Yeah.
I can go writing a book about you and I would say, okay, sir, I need your blessings to write your book. But I want to understand you literally are the founding member of digitization teams, right? Of the who's of the world. What kept you going or what keeps you going? Like every name you see, every name you know, you have been a part of it. You were the
Yeah,
founding
but
member of.
Shruti, you know what? I'll tell you. I understand where you're going with this question. I'll tell you, it's not only me. There's visionaries. There's always a team building these large things. There's not one person can build it. One person can lead it. Rohit Sharma can lead the team, but Rohit Sharma can't get hundreds every day. Or Virat Kohli, or Mahendra Singh Dhoni could have led the team, or Saurabh could have led the team. They can't win every game. Every game has to be a team game. So every large tech which has got built with me as a CTO or a tech leader has had great business leaders, has great product leaders, has great marketing leaders. So I am accumulation of everybody's effort. I am accumulation. So I tell my team when they are iffy, large launches happening, I still say, and even till the last day of Tata New, I used to say to my current members and my programming community who support me I used to say, every success is yours, every failure is mine. You know what it does when you say that you own every failure, and I can own every failure because I have been the one who is leading it. But if you attribute success at the onset of setting expectations with your 22-year-olds to your 50-year-olds, they know that this guy is going to not stand away and shy away and hide in a dark room when ships are tough. I'll take everything because at the end of the day, again, the cricketing spirit comes. You don't leave your team. You lead your team in the good and the bad, right? You have to face the wrath of the world when you've done badly and accept it and move on. But that doesn't mean that I will not own my failures of my team. But the success, I will stand. I have a Dhoni principle or a Saurabh principle or a Kohli principle. The youngest member gets to pick up the trophy. That's Team India. And I believe that is the way technology leadership should work. And that's how you make digitization happen, because digitization's first point is mindset. And the mindset has to be in the non-tech, in the business team, in the financial office, in the CEO office, in the board, in the accounting office, in the plant lines, in the logistics lines, in the procurement teams, in the sales teams. That is the mindset. And the mindset is we are all in together. Digitization transformation happens simpler. If there are different sets of agendas, you will never get transformed and digitized even in a decade. And you generally take a 2-year target to 3 years. If the organization has not got digitized and transformed, that means there's strong inefficiencies and toxic culture brewing somewhere.
You really touched all the aspects there, and I don't want to probe into these because it would get a longer conversation and I would miss on to my further questions. And I genuinely want to understand. I think you already kind of knew where I was going with these questions now. I want to understand from you. Most can create a single platform, at a given point of time, but uh, it is absolutely correct when they deem you the expert of deployment and creating digital platforms. You were creating simultaneously Jio and TataCLiQ. Like, how was that
On
journey?
behalf of SAP, on behalf of SAP first. When
Yes.
SAP asked me to come down to India, Reliance Industries needed a chief architect who had done and deployed 4G in the past. I was doing that for Accenture, Telefonica, SAP, A1 Austria Telecom. I was doing many things, and I built a few 4G rollouts. That was the reason to come. But when I came here, it was a beautiful opportunity that since I was in Mumbai, the Tata Group reached out saying that we're building a marketplace. You've attempted to build a few places in the West, like more retail marketplaces, more category commerce, online, offline, like John Lewis, Tesco's, XYZ. And literally, I used to be in Ghansoli for 2 days a week in BKC in TataCLiQ offices. And TataCLiQ was at the inception stage, Jio. And TataCLiQ went live 2016, May 27th May. And Jio went live 2016, 28th December. And then I was going back. And then both phenomenal conglomerates and best leaders in the world. And I've seen the world a little bit. What Tata Group, Reliance, Mahindra Group, Vedanta, Adani Group, they are world class. And they are no less, and we are seeing it today, right? Compared to the rest of the world. Look at India's economic ability to handle a recession, and look at the Western Europe and America's ability to handle a recession. And technology-led country we are. Look at the government's technology backbone. Without being a party politics affiliation, which I don't have any. I think technology is the biggest party in the world today. And look at what the government of today has done: UPI, GST, RuPay, Aadhaar,
Yes.
order to activation in telecom, security lines. Phenomenal Bharat stack exists today. It's going to get better and better. Now ONDC is coming in. The peer-to-peer commerce coming in. I think the technology stack and the Bharat stack of India, unheard of. People are copying the UPI model across the world. People are copying the GST model across the world. People are copying the Aadhaar model across the world. And when I say across the world, every super economy is trying to see what is India's next invention. We are a different breed altogether. We did Mangaland when others had no clue that we would be able to do it in that budget. And we're a land who has invented zero. We are a phenomenal breed as Indians. And in tech, you don't have to say which brains across the world largest tech companies are leading, whether they work for an American company or a European company or whether it's an Indian company. The end of the Indian tech brain is still ruling the planet.
Absolutely, absolutely. No matter what happens and wherever have you been, you've seen the world, like you rightly said, but you are a true blue Indian at heart, and nothing can change that. It's so
You know
evident.
what? I'll tell you what. My current role as global CEO for REZOLVE, the
Yes.
products like digital services and whatnot, and many things I'm doing, warrants me to be in New York and London permanently. And I'm so much in love with this city, with my country, that I'm figuring out how we can bring REZOLVE across the subcontinent and Asia Pac and Southeast Asia. Of course, it exists, but you want to be part where the action is. And I'm not saying there is no action, it's significantly more action in the subcontinent as we speak.
Absolutely, absolutely. I also want to conclude with this final question that I have for you. With more than 2 decades of hard work and experience that you've had, how easy or difficult it gets for you every time you make a switch, to another company or to another leadership or whatever that be?
See, I'll see. Tata Group is very close to my heart. Why? There are three reasons. One, my great grandfather, my maternal grandfather, was the inventor of Tata Steel Sponge, Dr. Amit Chatterjee. I was a kid who kind of grew up in Jamshedpur during my holidays. Dr. Amit Chatterjee is my maternal grandfather. Now, I know what the group means to the world and to the country. Second reason, every CEO leader I've met in the Tata Group over the last 6 years are world-class as a human being. And they're building world-class, profitable, cash flow profitable businesses. Let the rest of the startup community hear me out on that. Cash flow profitable, cash positive businesses, turnarounds like Tata Motors. I'm a fanboy. And the second one is one of my biggest idol is Chandra and Kritik. They are idols, they're teachers. And they've turned me around the way I think, and their impact on me is before Tata, there was a life of mine. After Tata, there will be a life of mine. In my career, it will be defined. The reason to move on for digital was simple. And I decided it many months back in January this year. And I told leadership that, you know what, I want to go back to deep tech. I want to lead a P&L. I want a global deep tech organization, and opportunities keep knocking at my doors. And I told them that, listen, nothing will happen. I will launch, I will stabilize it. I did a 6 months notice period. And there are media houses who has conjecture brewing all over the place.
Yes.
And I don't blame them. They're doing that. They're paid to do their job. But the organization knew, Pratik knew, chairman knew. And the reason why it resolved, because it is built by some world-class inventors. Dan Wagner probably listed about 4 organizations in his life. It's on the board. We have Dr. David Wright, chairman of Barclays. We have Dr. Justin King, OBE, Dr. Justin King, OBE, Dr. David Wright, the MD and CEO of Tesco's and Sainsbury's at one point in time, Dr. Anthony Sharp. And these are the best of the brains in deep tech who have built the largest of the organizations. Dan and I go back far beyond the Tata Group. Me and Dan worked closely back in 2007 to 2008, 9. Dan and I have been very good friends. And he is an inventor, I'm an inventor. Good thing is we can sell our product when we invent. So it was, Dan has been saying, Sauvik, time you come over. And then I said to Pratik and the reason, I have a phenomenal journey, man. Built TataCLiq Luxury, built Tata Digital from the ground up, 4th employee, built Tata New, acquisition of BB and 1MG. What a ride. Digitizing AirAsia and so many other businesses, digitizing Chroma. And what a phenomenal stint, 6 years. But people like us are impatient individuals. We always want to build and invent something new and build again. And who never knows? I'm such a group bacha. I might come back to the group in the next few years anyway. But very affectionate the Tata Group is to me. They are very affectionate of me. And they said, go and fly and do your thing. You're always here. Who says these things in today's day and age?
Yeah.
So Tata Group is special. Tata Group will always be special. Tata Group has been in my family for the longest time, and time for me to experiment and do newer things and build a lot of different kind of technologies.
I genuinely, I mean, I'm amazed right now after talking to you for all this time, because the passion, the energy, the optimism that you still have with respect to technology and the good things that lie ahead. Despite many people keep on to sulking, okay, these are the side effects of technology that we are dealing with. Okay, there is representation of different genders and this and that, sometimes even going about the leadership being bad and sad and stuff like that. You are a true sports person technologist. I mean, I don't know what name or adjective to create for you, but you're a true sports person technologist, because every ball that comes your way,
let's put it this way: I'm a technologist with a sporting attitude.
Okay, yeah, let's keep it that way. Yeah, that is more beautiful to hear rather than sports. Absolutely. So
No, but yeah, I mean, I try my best, man. I try my best.
You have tried your best so far, and you have done so much good work that a lot many juniors like myself have so much to learn from you, so much to get inspired to by just looking at you and seeing your journey, how amazingly well you've come. And you give hope to every middle class kid that comes, into the arena of corporate IT, technology, software, whatever that might be. Because I look at you having conquered all the industries. I don't call you Dada just having taken care of technology. I look at you as a proper corporate person because you've touched all of them. You've touched literally the verticals of that big horizontal. So thank you so much for giving me your time today. And in case you have any parting thoughts which you may want to share, which I probably missed asking you, or you just feel like
Nothing. No, no. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Phenomenal questions, and I wish you the very best in life and in your profession and your podcast. Last parting thoughts to the youngsters of today is um, become a subject matter expert and not from WhatsApp universe. Become a subject matter expert not from Instagram universe. Become a subject matter expert not from TikTok and Facebook and YouTube universe. YouTube still is university when there is good content. Think, think, read, read. The world is full of knowledge. Think, imagine, build something, invent something, and go to the L4 depth to figure out every curiosity you have, or everything you hear, or everything which you are trying to understand. Do not be at the 90,000 feet view. Get involved, figure it out yourself, and life is full of surprises, which includes failures. Failures are great surprises. Like wins are great surprises, and accept life the way it is. At the end of the day, it's just one life.
and on that note, I can't thank you enough for sharing your journey, your life and experience, and so much knowledge with all of us. So thank you. Sorry, Dada. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us, Dada. It means a lot. Thank you.
Welcome.